Vinyl's obviously not going to rot, right? It's not going to corrode. Great thing about vinyl. But welcome back, everybody. Joe Everest, the fence expert. Hey, one of the most common pieces of feedback we get about the Saturday morning live Ask the Expert segment is those things are long, and they're not wrong. They last about 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours. Sometimes, a few weeks ago, Caleb and I got into a pretty good discussion about marketing. I think it lasted closer to 4 hours. Nobody's got time to sit through 4 hours of listening to a couple experts talk. I get it. So Jeremy's created a new segment just for you guys called Hot Takes. It's usually a shorter segment of the longer conversation, basically hitting the hot topics, if you will, of that live segment. So without further ado, here comes this week's Hot Take. Ethan Clary says, floodwater gets in the backyard every year. I have a wood fence, but was thinking about going to vinyl. Would there be any harm to the vinyl fence from the floodwater? Not unless it puts pressure on the fence. So, vinyl's obviously not going to rot, right? It's not going to corrode. Great thing about vinyl. But make sure when that fence is installed that you leave 1.5 inches, 2 inches from the grade to the bottom rail. Now, typically you can cut your grass at 1.5 inches, 2, depending on the type of the grass. I understand. Here in the Midwest, we can cut our grass 1.5 inches, 2 inches. It looks lush and green. It fills up that gap, so the fence looks like it's riding right on the ground. But as that flood water either comes in or recedes, it's not trying to take the fence with it. So you're giving it 1.5 inches, 2 inches for that water to come and go. You don't want to try to make that fence into a dam, especially not with vinyl fencing. If vinyl fencing isn't installed and braced correctly, then it will absolutely suffer. You'd want to look into a vinyl fence. I would want to look into a vinyl fence with an aluminum stiffener on all the bottom rails. Sometimes fence systems only have aluminum stiffeners in certain parts of the fence or on gates. I would ask for aluminum stiffeners on any part of that fence that's going to come in contact with the floodwater, just so that when it has pressure, if and when that yard is flooding, when the water is either coming in or going out, that stiffener is giving it another line of defense to try to keep that fence system strong. Great question. All right, guys, that concludes this week's Hot Take. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you like the format? Do you not like the format? Let me know in the comments below. We're still figuring this out, and we could use your help. But for now, I'm Joe Everest, the fence expert, reminding you that good fences make good neighbors. And I'll see you next time.